Error handling. Try. A try block identifies a block of code for which particular exceptions will be activated. It's followed by one or more catch blocks. Catch. A program catches an exception with an exception handler at the place in the program where you want to handle the problem. The catch keyword indicates the catching of an exception. Finally, the finally block is used to execute a given set of statements, whether an exception is thrown or not thrown. For example, if you open a file, it must be closed whether an exception is raised or not. Throw. A program throws an exception when a problem shows up. This is done using a throw keyword. Here's the definition for try, catch, finally, and throw statements. Every exception will execute at least 3 of the statements once the error occurs. Error handling. A try-catch block is placed around the code that might generate an exception. Code within a try-catch block is referred to as protected code, and the syntax for using try-catch looks like the following. Syntax. Raise an exception. A method catches an exception using a combination of the try and catch keywords. Exception classes in .NET Framework. In the .NET Framework, exceptions are represented by classes. The exception classes in the .NET Framework are mainly directly or indirectly derived from the system.exception class. Some of the exception classes derived from the system.exception class are the system.applicationException and system.systemException classes. The system.applicationException class supports exceptions generated by application programs, so the exceptions defined by the programmers should derive from this class. The system.systemException class is the base class for all predefined system exceptions. Handling exceptions. VB.NET provides a structured solution to the exception handling problems in the form of try and catch blocks. Using these blocks, the core program statements are separated from the error handling statements. These error handling blocks are implemented using the try, catch, and finally keywords. Creating user-defined exceptions. The following example demonstrates this. You can also define your own exception. User-defined exception classes are derived from the application exception class. Throwing objects. You can use a throw statement in the catch block to throw the present object as throw expression. You can throw an object if it is either directly or indirectly derived from the system.exception class. Exception class hierarchy. The diagram shows the class hierarchy of exception class. It is commonly divided into 2 types of exceptions: application exception, system exception.